So I am a copywriter and creative strategist. I write copy literally every single day. And whenever I communicate with people outside of my little digital marketing sphere and tell them what I do, they start to think that I work in the legal copyright sector or something along those lines. So in this video, I'm going to clear up what copywriting is and why it's important. Hello, my name is Danae. I make marketing simple. If you're interested in marketing, definitely consider subscribing and signing up for my free newsletter, The Digital Marketing Diaries, which you can find in the description. Okay, so we're gonna get straight into it. Copywriting is the act of writing words for the purpose of selling, period. The goal of copy at the end of the day is to make people buy. You want them to click a link, call a number, buy a shirt, whatever they need to do to buy. The goal is to get them to do said thing. And you can find copywriting in a lot of different places. If you aren't familiar with the different forms of digital marketing, I have a video on my channel explaining the different forms, but within every realm of digital marketing, you will find some sort of niche copywriting. So you can find copy on the packaging of products that you buy, for example, but you can also find it in flyers that you get in the mail, or on websites, landing pages, sales pages, product descriptions, promotional materials, the actual script of ads that you watch, ad campaigns, traditional ad campaigns, and the list goes on and on. So if the words are meant to get people to take an action and sell, then those words are copy. And it's important to remember that copywriting is different from other forms of writing, for example, for YouTube videos like this, or for blog posts, or for articles, or journalism. Because the end goal of that form of content isn't necessarily to get people to buy, it's to create engagement, it's to create authority, it's to answer questions. But copy, as I say, at the end of the day, is to get people to buy. So now that we have what copywriting is covered, let's talk about what good copywriting might look like in its most basic form. So good copy is going to grab the attention of the person that you are getting to buy. It's going to really hook them in. So think about the emails you get on your email app on your phone. The subject line is meant to get you to create the highest chances of you pressing it and opening it, and then potentially clicking and purchasing whatever they're trying to sell you. So your email subject line is a form of copy to grab your attention. It could also be the hook of an ad to get you to continue watching and walk you through why you should purchase whatever thing they're trying to sell. Or for example, a YouTube thumbnail or a title, or a headline on a static image ad, or a headline on an advertorial that you might see in while you're going to work on the train or using public transportation. And the goal is to grab attention and provoke emotions. And there's a lot of mechanisms within the copywriting world that we would use to, I would say, interrupt the patterns that you're used to, call a pattern interrupt, to get you to be like, whoa, I need to click this, or I need to continue reading this, or I need to see if this is for me. So good copy will intrigue your buyer to look at whatever you have to offer. Good copy will fight for your attention. Now, good copy will also make your customers feel special. A lot of people who are really creative, maybe they come up with revolutionary products, whether it's software as a service or an actual physical product or a service, they don't necessarily understand the marketing techniques or mechanisms of selling. And it's important to understand, which copywriters understand, that people actually don't care about what you're selling them. That's the truth. They don't care about what you're selling them. They care about what it does for them. They care about the person that they will be perceived as if they use or have your product. They care about the end place your product or service might take them to. They care about themselves and how your product will impact them. So copywriters understand this, and they write about the why of your product, not the what, the why of your product, to prove to them that you will make them appear as the person they want to appear as, or make them feel the way they want to feel at the end of the day when they use your product or service. And in order to do so, you have to have a really good understanding of what your potential customer desires emotionally. And if you want to brush up your skills on how to do market research for this, I have a whole video on how I do copywriting research on my channel, which I'll try and link on the screen if I can figure that out. So as I say, a lot of people will focus on the features of the product. So for example, the book has 365 pages and it looks really cute and it won't stain. So a lot of people, when they're trying to write copy without the expert knowledge, will start to write about the features of the product, which are great. But because we understand that your customers don't necessarily care about the features, we want to share them, but we don't want to emphasize them and put them at the top of the totem pole. We want to actually emphasize the benefits, how those features will impact their life at the core of the desire they have to purchase your product. So that's where the expertise of copywriting really comes in. And that's why you don't have to be the best writer to be a good copywriter, but you have to have a good understanding of consumer psychology. You have to have the ability to analyze and do great market research and then look at data and iterate based on your findings. And then another important aspect of good copy is breaking down information in a way that will seamlessly guide your potential customer through the journey. So you're not only sharing with them how and why the product or service will benefit them and make them feel the way they want to feel and convincing them of this, but also telling them how, why, when, where, what they should get. So, for example, CTAs, call to actions. This is what you want. Do this now, do this today. Curating proper call to actions, or curating call to actions that will intrigue them or push them over the edge, for example. And also sometimes it requires breaking down complex information. So maybe a service is something that the potential customer needs, but they don't really understand at this stage that they need it. So the goal of the copywriter will then be to break down why they need this specific service that they didn't even know they needed, and explain to them why in the most simple terms, but in terms that will also encourage them and remind them, make them feel special, make them feel as though by making this decision, they will get to the stage where they want to get. So again, the backbone of this is a lot of information, a lot of market research around what the product is, but also who the customer is. So there's a lot of information that needs to be consumed and then broken down in clear, concise way to guide the potential customer from point A to purchasing. Okay, so the purpose of copywriting is to sell. Good copy will grab people's attention. Good copy will make people feel special and will also seamlessly guide them through the journey. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. If you did, consider subscribing and also signing up for my free newsletter, The Digital Marketing Diaries, which you can find in the description.